My name is Beth Guide, and I'm with a company called SEO 411. I wanted to take a moment today and discuss the value of a Chamber of Commerce membership that transcends the networking and mentorship that one gains from a Chamber of Commerce. I think often people sit down and they think of a chamber and they think that they get to meet people, interact with people, and see people. But there's a very important function that is also baked into your Chamber of Commerce membership that, to me, it is the most important reason to have one, because of course I'm always looking for how do I get traffic to a website and how do I build a link. So I wanted to take a few minutes today and address that, because I don't really think that most people understand that a Chamber of Commerce membership really, even if you never went to a networking event, impacts your Google rankings and the ability to get on the Google My Maps area. So let's just talk about Google My Business just for a second, okay? And let's just do web design Kingwood, which is where my office is. And if you look, what is directly impacting getting on this map here is that Chamber of Commerce membership. So I wanted to talk about how do I determine what chamber to join, and if your chamber is providing the value that it needs to provide for you, and if you're getting enough credit for it. So if we come to our Chamber of Commerce that you belong to, this is the one that I usually recommend joining in Houston, and work with it very closely to make sure that the website supports the Google activities that are needed. But if you look here, if I come under the Our Members and I go to the online directory, there's some very strong characteristics that you need to have when evaluating whether a Chamber of Commerce is worthwhile for a link or if it's not. Okay, so if you look here, you'll see that this particular chamber lists everything out and has an A to Z listing that you can go right to an S, and on there you would find your business. So mine's a little bit down because I'm SE and O. So here's my business right here, and you'll notice that I can get right to the website right from one click off the main menu. So that's a good chamber directory to belong to. It must function in this way. I've seen some that the only thing that they have is the search box on the screen. If you have to search and there is no links, and what I mean by links is anchor text links like this that point into the directory and list the membership, then it is not a good chamber website for you to seek a link from. So now that I've determined that this website, this particular chamber acts correctly, the other thing that I would tell you to do is go to a website called Majestic, and that's majestic.com. And when it comes up, you're not logged in and you don't have to use anything here, but you can put that organization in and it will give you and tell you what the value of that website is. So it has some links value to it, and it's a trustworthy website. So this would be a website that I would recommend a customer to get a link from. Now, if you're a chamber member and you're saying to yourself, what am I getting from my membership? Which seems to be something that I think a lot of businesses ask themselves. They talk about return on investment, and return on investment is a very interesting concept, because I think some people join that chamber or any chamber with the idea that all of a sudden for $300 or $600, whatever the advertising budget is for the year, all of a sudden we're going to have this herd of people head back to our business and do business with us. And that really is not the way a Chamber of Commerce works. And if that's your expectation, I think you have to look at this in a different way. So the other way that I would say to look at it is, what is the value of getting on this Google map, as I was showing you here. This Google map is a majority of the traffic goes on local search and local search types. When I say a majority, over 80% will pick the people that appear in this 3-spot area. Okay, now you can come down and there may be other people below it. But at the end of the day, it really is this box that will get the lion's share of the click-throughs, the visits, and people looking to find out about your business. So what is that worth to you? Is that worth $300 a year? The other thing that I'm going to put in perspective here for a second, especially for a local business, is the value of a link that is from something like a Forbes or a directory of some sort like that. So we have a tool called Href, and it's another tool that we use here in the office to see what the value of links that are pointing to us are. And when I put that in here, I'm going to put in my SEO411.com website so we can just use that and use my own. I have about 80 some domains pointing to me. And it links those domains based on what their value is. Okay, so I'm going to sort this by the domain authority here. And you'll see as suspect, Google would Google is number one. And as I start to come down, you can see some of the things that we belong to. The other chamber that I belong to is the Woodlands Chamber, and you can see that one has a 50, and I have 10 follow links. That means that those links pass credit to my website. So that's another important feature about this. And then you'll see here's our link from HWCOC, and I actually have 200 links from that because we do some other activities with them and sponsor events from them. Now, historically in the past, the more links you had, the better off. But Google's really kind of wised up to that game now. So they're looking at, how many domains do you have linked to you? And I think we have a pretty reasonable link profile. Could we do more? Yes. Could we get more? Absolutely. There's just no, I try to do it naturally. I'm not a quote unquote link builder on my own site. I try to use the opportunities that are afforded to me and handle it that way. So we have legitimate links on our link profile. And I would recommend for most businesses to try to do it legitimately. When you try to game Google system, it doesn't work so well. So that's my tutorial today on why you want to see the hidden value of your Chamber of Commerce membership, and why you should seriously consider keeping your chamber membership even if you think you're not getting business directly out of it. In many of your cases, it is actually supporting your website, it's supporting your place on the map system, and it's supporting your web visibility in Google in a local search. So again, Beth Guide, SEO411.com. Feel free to drop by and visit us or send us any questions you may have on this video. Thank you.